Welcome to Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. I'm Steve Swat with the Sacramento Report. In the next few minutes, we're going to talk about the Republican role in the state legislature during the upcoming and current session. My guest this segment is Kristin Olsen, who's a Republican member of the State Assembly from Modesto. Thanks very much for being with us.
Thanks for having me, Steve.
So, as you know, the Republicans have fewer than 1/3 of the state Assembly and in the Senate, so there's not a lot of power there. You have no constitutional officers, statewide officers. So how do you view the Republican role in the current legislative session?
There's no doubt this is a hard time for Republicans in California. You know, we had no idea that we would have less than 1/3 of the members in the state assembly. So it's time to readjust. It's time to regroup, really think about who we are as a party, refine our message, and start to articulate that message to people throughout California, all pockets of California. Because the fact is that as Republicans, we have winning ideas. We have solutions that can revitalize this state so that families can provide for themselves once again, and we can become the golden state that we used to be across the nation. So we can get there, but it's going to take a lot of hard work and persistence. And in the meantime, we have to continue to put our ideas forward.
Well, let's talk about that meantime, because there's always the possibility that the Democrats can steamroller you. I mean, they have 2/3 vote. They can pass even tax increases if they want to.
Absolutely. You know, by the letter of the law, they don't need us on any legislation this year because they can pass anything they want to with their own membership. But I believe that we are up here to do hard work. My constituents sent me up here not to twiddle my thumbs and sit in my chair, but to put ideas forward that will return economic prosperity and opportunity to California. And so that's what I plan to do, whether it's regulatory reform so that small businesses can invest in themselves and create jobs and opportunities. I mean, the fact is we still have one of the highest unemployment records in the nation. So while things are getting a little bit better, we're still going to need substantive reform efforts that improve our schools and bring jobs back to the state.
I know Republicans have been talking about fiscal restraint, which has been their mantra for years and years and years, of course, and Governor Brown has been talking about that, and even some Democrats. Do you believe that Democrats are truly interested in fiscal restraint, even though they have this newfound clout?
I am hopeful, and that's another area that Republicans really need to work at this year is demonstrating to the public when they aren't showing fiscal restraint. I'm encouraged by the first draft of the governor's budget anyway. He's taking $1 billion to begin paying down the wall of debt. That's a good place to start. He's reprioritizing education, but there's about $3 billion left of the new tax revenue from Prop 30 that isn't going to either debt or education. That's a problem, and we need to look at that, and we need to encourage the Democrat supermajority and the governor to continue to demonstrate more fiscal restraint. I was particularly disheartened by the latest news with CAL FIRE, the discovery that they had been hiding funds away from the state treasury, and this less than 6 months on the heels of the State Department of Parks that had been hiding millions and millions of dollars for over 20 years. That's a problem. And we have to call on the governor, call on ourselves, call on the Democrats in the legislature to look for all those areas of fiscal mismanagement and begin to pull the reins back in on these state agencies. The taxpayers deserve better.
And try to hold them accountable.
Absolutely.
That's an important role you see moving forward.
Absolutely. As Republicans, it will be our job, our continued job, to hold state government accountable to spending taxpayer money wisely.
All right. Well, we're out of time, but Kristin Olsen, member of the State Assembly from Modesto, thanks very much for being with us. And thanks to our viewers for watching a Local Edition on Time Warner Cable. A reminder, you can watch this and other interviews on YouTube, also on My Government On Demand. I'm Steve Swat. Have a great day.